Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Thumb to all the brothers. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua to all the sisters. I am priest and prophet and officer of 500. Priest and prophet, officer of 500. Abad Hayah in the Israelite School. Practical knowledge under command of GEN.YAHANNA. Today is the Brotherhood and Unity class. Brotherhood and Unity class. Brotherhood. We need brotherhood in these last days of time. It's what's going to keep us. It's what's going to keep us going. It's what's going to keep us uplifted in these last days of time. Iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. We need each other, and we need to be unified. We got to be under one body, one banner, one school. That's the Israelite School of Years Practical Knowledge. We can't break off from the body of Christ. The body of Christ is the Israelite School of Years Practical Knowledge. Since 1969, we've been bringing out that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native men, women, and children are God's chosen people according to the Bible. Without brotherhood, we fall. Even Christ himself, our King, Yahweh Mashiach, he had 12 disciples. He didn't go around doing it on his own. He could have did everything on his own, but he chose to have brothers under him. He chose to have brotherhood. He showed how to be a brother. He gave his life for us. And now we must give our lives for our nation, for our brothers and sisters that's in the world. We must die for them because we pray that all Israel gets saved. We don't want none of our people to die with the oppressor, because our oppressor fate is sealed. The heathen's fate are sealed. They're dying and going into captivity. Esau has a worse fate than other heathen. They are going to die off eventually after they serve in captivity. There won't be no more Esau. Now, yes, they're going to die. They're going to die off, and that's going to be it. There won't be no more. There's 18 nations on this earth, and there will be 17 nations, and that'll be that. Now, the Most High God is merciful to us. He's merciful to Black, Hispanic, and Native men, woman, and child, because He's given us a chance to show brotherhood in these last days of time. He's given us a chance to learn the truth. He's given us a chance to come into the I.S.U.P.K. He's given us a chance, if you're a brother, to make it on those chariots and get a crown, and because the females and the children can make it on the chariots too. But the men, they can make it to the 144,000, the next ruling government, to be a priest, to be a prophet, to have rank in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. So let's get a scripture. We're going to start with Zephaniah 2:1. Zephaniah 2:1. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. That's what it says. It says, gather yourselves together. We must gather together. We don't have time to play around. We don't have time to do our own thing. We don't have time to be with the oppressor. Be with the oppressor's woman. If you're a man, be with the oppressor's man if you're a female. And of course, we gotta stay out of the alternative lifestyle community. We got to. We can't like no effeminate, nor adulterer. You know what I'm saying? Will make it into the kingdom of heaven. Like you just can't do it. If you're a man, be a man. If you're a woman, be a woman. We have two different roles. Play your role. Be strong, man. Be a strong man. Don't let nobody bind you, and don't bind yourself by sinning. That's how a strong man really gets bound. He binds himself by sinning, because who can stop an Israelite, a Hebrew Israelite, a priest and prophet of the Most High God, a servant to the Most High God? If we're serving the Most High God, who the Most High God will be with that person. No heathen, especially heathen. No heathen can step foot to an Israelite, to a Hebrew Israelite, if we're keeping the laws of God. Let's go to Judith 5:20 real fast. This is the book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor. This was a heathen talking to another heathen ruler. They know something about us. If there be any error in this people, if there be any iniquity, any sin, any transgression of the law, any mistake, no matter how minute, if there be any mistake within this people, let's read on. and they sin against their God. See, right there, and they sin against their God, our God. See, because we have a living God, the God of the Hebrews, the power of the Hebrews, the Most High God. Yahweh is his name. And remember, you only can say his name when you're teaching. I'm teaching right now, praying, or prophesying. You can't use his name in vain. You can't put his name on a t-shirt. You gotta have respect. He's our Abba. Would you our biological father, would you call him by his name? No, you wouldn't. So don't be saying the Lord's name in vain. That's a commandment. Let us consider that this shall be their ruin. They know it. They know it. They have our records. They know our records. They understand what we've been through. The question is, do we understand our records? Do we understand what we've been through? Do we consider the days of old? Do we do anything that we need to do to study to show ourselves approved? We got to be in these classes. We have classes 6 days a week. Well, we have classes. Well, really, there'll be podcasts on Sunday too. There'll be classes on Sunday. So, but generally, we have Monday. Especially at least in Philly, is a Monday scripture breakdown class. Tuesdays, Brotherhood and Unity class. Wednesdays, law class. Thursday, history class. Fridays, Lashon Kodash. And Saturdays, it's called the Sabbath service. So it's a Sabbath service. And then Philly, Sunday. But you know what I'm saying? If you look online, that's the physical classes in Philly. That's the physical classes. You can attend physical classes 6 days a week in Philly. Now in other zones, I mean, you get in other zones, most zones, they have classes 6 days a week too. And then especially if you tune in online, you can just look at I.S.U.P.K content. It's almost 24/7. Because you can always rewatch something. So there's no excuse that we not in these scriptures. So let's start again from top. Judas chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and God, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. They know this is our ruin. Because the Most High God wants perfection. That's all. And what is perfection? Keeping the laws of God, obeying his voice, walking after his ways. Job was perfect in his generations. Christ was perfect in his generations. Christ is perfect. He sits on the right hand of the Most High God right now. Noah is perfect in his generations. There are examples of perfection in the Bible. Why are we not doing it today is Yasharallah. We should be. There's no excuse not to. Grace will run out. And then what you want to do? What you want to say then? You want to die with the oppressor? That's a mistake. That's a blunder. A blunder. 2 question marks in chess. That's the worst move you can do. Now, 2 exclamation points in chess, if you know chess notation, it would be a brilliant move. And that brilliant move is just being perfect. You be perfect, you'll make it on the chariots. I have not seen, ear have not heard what, and it have not come into the mind or imagination of men was the story in the kingdom of heaven. Meaning, whatever you think the kingdom of heaven is going to be like, there's something that the Lord has something for us that we didn't even consider. And some of us be thinking about the most outlandish things, like the most lawful outlandish thing that will possibly be in the kingdom of heaven. But there's still something even beyond that. The Most High God's thoughts is higher than our thoughts, his ways is higher than our ways. All we gotta do is obey the Lord. The obedience, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. If we want wisdom, if we want to really be wise in this world, we just have to fear the Most High God and keep his laws and his commandments. Because we are the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. We have to practice what we learn. Because by applying what we learn, that's how you obtain wisdom. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. You just can't just know things and not do them. That's really dumb. You know not to litter and you do it anyway. You know not to steal and you do it anyway. What's up? Let's continue. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them. They know. The heathen know. The heathen know that if we're sinning, they can do what they will with us. Because they are. When we sin against the Lord, the Most High used the heathen as his belt to whip us back into shape. That, as you can tell, through the captivities that we've been through, the Egyptian captivity, the Babylonian captivity, the captivity we're in right now, like he uses them because we don't obey his voice. Deuteronomy 28:68. I'll bring thee into Egypt again, bondage again, with ships, a transatlantic slave trade. The prophecies have come to pass. The prophecies are going to come to pass. So if we know Christ is coming back, why are we so foolish not to keep the laws of God, knowing that he's going to come back? We know Christ is coming back. Esau, the oppressor, is funny. He always said in some of his movies, or because he's the prince of the air, his lies and stuff. But in movie, that picket fence, and the end is near, or in books and that. He's trying to, the truth is going to overcome anything. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. That's all I want to say on that. Esau is hilarious in a lot of the things he does. This is the book of Judah, 5 verse 20 at the top. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. And let's go up, and we shall overcome them. They will overcome us, and we won't have no chance. It's in the curses. It's in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, with the blessings and the curses. They will come against us in the blessings, and then they will flee 7 ways. But in the curses, if we disobey, we'll go against them, and we'll flee 7 ways. I'm not trying to flee no more. I'm trying to make them flee. We royalty. We are the true royalty of the earth. They even though we're in captivity in America, that doesn't mean we're still not royal. We are the true princes and princesses of the earth. If you want to be a king in the next generation, you want to get a crown, we got to put in the work now. Because we're Yahshua, a prince or princess, be a female of the power. The living God, the most high God. The idols of the other nations, they mean nothing. They're idols. The figment of the man's imagination. They're stupid. They're dumb, the other nations. They shouldn't be doing what they're doing. Because their gods can't help them. They're serving something that don't exist. They shouldn't have those gods. They shouldn't have those gods. It sucks to be a heathen. That's all I can say about that. If you're a Hebrew Israelite, you should be grateful that you have the Most High living God, because it sucks to be a heathen. But the heathen got this looking for them. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So when we rule, the heathen will be happy. Okay, let's continue. This is the book of Judah, 5 verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, this is the other side of it. If there be no sin, no transgression of the law, if this nation is perfect, let my Lord now pass by. He's telling, he's recommending, he's beseeching his Lord. He's warning his Lord. He's strongly suggesting to his Lord, pass by. Lest their Lord defend them, lest the Most High God of the Hebrews defend us. And that'll be a terrible day for that heathen. We're gonna read on. And their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. See, what happened to the Egyptians? Matazarian. What happened to them? What happened? Where are they today? Look, they got destroyed. They got destroyed. Red Sea, the plagues, the destroyer angel, unalived their firstborn, from man to beast. What will the Lord will defend us. The Most High God got us. He got us. So let's go back to Zephaniah 2:1. This is the book of Zephaniah 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. You gather together, O nation, I desire. Remember Israel, Yahshua, black man, Latino man, Native man, First Nation man, woman and child. We are not desired here on this earth. We're not desired. So we have to prefer each other. We got to learn. We got to learn how to love. We got to learn to love each other, and love. This is the love of God, that we keep His commandments. And we want to say that we love each other. We have to obey the Lord. For real. For what? The greatest of commandments: love the Most High God with all thy heart, mind, and soul, and love thy neighbor as thyself. Come on, it's that simple. This lays all the law. It's really simple. It comes down to very simplicity. Life is simple. For this is the conclusion of the whole matter: fear God and keep the commandments. It's very simple. It's simple. We have the Lashon Kodash. It's a pure language, a simple language. Shema Yisrael Yahweh Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Hear, O Israel, our Lord is one Lord. We have the Office of Marah and all the other Adawanyan that teaches the Lashon Kodash. We should tune in because they're giving us back our pure language. Zephaniah 3:9. Okay, let's go to Ephesians 4:4. This is the book of Ephesians. For there is one body. That's the Israelite school of yours practical knowledge. There's not multiple bodies. So what's up with these other Hebrew Israelite groups? Come on, there shouldn't be no. Y'all know who y'all are. There should be no other Hebrew Israelite groups. Stop playing around and come back home. It's a warning. You have a chance to come back home. Yes, you got to start. You got to come back and put in your all black. But isn't that better to come back and put in your all black and make it on those chariots and get a crown than saying then your king, who you proclaim to be serving, Yahweh Shamashiach, come and tell you, I never knew you. That would be a sad day in hell. Depart from me, I never knew thee. Oh, that's a cut. What you doing? You playing. Stop playing. All right. One spirit, that's the spirit of warfare. We are men, we are warriors. We are the Most High, we are the Most High God's army here on this earth. We are His battle axe and weapons of war. He used us to destroy the nations. He brought us out of Egypt by our armies. Like we are a warlike people. We're not soft. Even as you are called in one hope of your calling, we have one hope in our calling. Christ died for us. Now we got to make sure we keep the laws and His commandments. One Lord, that's our King. We have one King, Yahweh Shamashiach. One faith. One faith. One doctrine. We teach the same thing. No matter, despite the fact we have multiple schools in different locations throughout the whole entire earth, we all teach the same thing. And one baptism, there's one way to get those demons off you, one way to get clean. And I'm going to go to verse 6. One God and Father of all. That's the Most High God. One God and Father of all. Who is above all and through all and in you all. Most High God is not to be played with. He is not to be played with, and we should be playing with Him. We should honor Him. We should praise Him. We should say Tawada. We should say Tawada Abba. Abba Nawa. Tawada, our Father. Let's get what is it? Wisdom of Solomon, second chapter. Wisdom of Solomon, second chapter. We're gonna start Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1. For the ungodly said, it's the heathen. For the ungodly said, reasoning within themselves, but not aright. So the ungodly, they be having thoughts and reasons and ways of thinking, but wisdom comes from Most High God, and that comes, and we only ones that really get it. The men, women, and children in Israelite school of practical knowledge, because we serve Him, and He grants His wisdom, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious. See, look, for the ungodly said, reasoning within themselves, but not aright. They was wrong in their reasoning. Our life is short and tedious. Our life is short and tedious. Our life is short and tedious. See, we know We as Hebrew Israelites, as men, women, children, Israelite school, and we keep the laws of God. The Most High God can preserve us, and it's not. Life is not like what the Most High God. How is life tedious? You ever see the sunset? You ever see the sunrise? You see the Most High God's creation. We should be grateful for everything from the evening to the morning. Like evening, morning. You can't. The Most High God's creation is you can't. It's not dull. We should be grateful that we're alive. You consider this. The Most High God didn't have to create us. But we should be grateful that we have a spirit, that we have life, that we're on the earth, that we have a terrestrial body. We should be grateful. We could not exist. We should rather not exist at all. We simple, or at least the ungodly is simple. And in the death of man, there is no remedy. What about regeneration, reincarnation? That's real. So when you die, you go to the Most High God, you get judged based on the life that you lived, and you come back. The ungodly don't know no better. Neither was there any man known to return from the grave. Christ did a lot of miracles. Lazarus, for one, did a lot of miracles. Verse 2. And then what is it? Elijah or Elisha did some one of them. For we are born at all venture, verse 2, and shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. Ungrateful. The heathen is ungrateful for the life that they have. Verse 3, which being extinguished, our bodies shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. They have no understanding of how life truly works. Verse 4, and our name shall be forgotten in time. We have records, Israel, Yasharallah. We have the scriptures. We know about Moses. And Moses, we're in generation reincarnation. Moses back on earth. We know about John the Baptist. We know about Elijah. We know about Samson. We know definitely about Christ on the right hand of the Most High God. We know about all these prophets, Noah, Job. We know about Samuel. We know about King David, King Saul. We know about Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We know about Judas. We know about Paul. Paul. We know about Adam. Adam was Christ's regeneration. Christ, as you may have known, Christ was on this earth five times. He was here as Adam. He appeared as Melchizedek. He was here as Isaac. He was here as King Solomon. Of course, he's as Christ, the right hand of the Most High God right now, waiting for his orders, waiting for the Most High God to send him back with 200 million angels behind him to lay waste to the oppressor. Okay, verse 4. This is the book of Wisdom, Psalm chapter 2, verse 4. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun and overcome with the heat thereof. It's crazy when you think about it, because even the heathen have records, history records. Like we have records. Verse 5. For our time is a very shadow that passes away, and after our end there is no returning. For it's fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. There's no new thing under the sun, and that thing has been named already, and that is man. The same people that are here today, the same people that were here back then. We just recycle over and over again. Like evaporation. Like everything is on a cycle. Man is on a life and death is on a cycle too. Like water, sun hits it, evaporates, turns to clouds, rains, going to the rivers, streams, ocean, same thing, cycle. Life and death is the same thing. We're born, live, grow, go down, die, go up to the Most High God, get judged. Father and mother have intercourse, the egg get fertilized, boom, right back in there. You get born out of the womb, bang, back on earth. That's why abortion is so bad. Because a person feels that, a spirit, a person feels that the person's alive. Once that egg is fertilized, that spirit is back there. That spirit is back there. So don't commit abortion. Don't murder. Thou shalt not murder. Come on. What if it was you in that womb? Think on that. All right. Let's see. Where we at? This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 5. No, verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in our youth. Now, come on. We temperance. Come on, man. We can't. We gotta be grateful for what we have. We can't be. You know what I'm saying? Gluttonous. You know what I'm saying? We gotta. You know what I'm saying? There's time and place for everything. You can't get stay from the appearance of evil. Verse 7. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Come on now. Come on. King Solomon, he did every lawful, he did every lawful pleasure, and he found that serving the Lord is better than all of that. Serving the Lord is better than all of that. Now, King Solomon did make a mistake. Again, strange woman. Not supposed to do that. Can't get strange woman. Can't do that because they're going to turn your heart from serving the Lord. So you can't, basically in today's time, interracial marriage. Can't have sex with a heathen. Why would you want to? Israelite. We are royalty. Control our lust. Control our strong desires. Discipline. We got to learn from the men before us. Definitely, Christ did it, was perfect. So we definitely got to learn from him. If he can do it, we can do it. All right, let us go to verse 8. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Verse 9, let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Alexa, the definition of voluptuousness.
The word that indicates the presence of pleasure, luxury, and sensual enjoyment is called voluptuous. This adjective's meaning is
Alexa,
conveyed
stop. You hear that? Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Oh, here's what it's interesting for the heathen. Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. They couldn't just be gluttonous. They couldn't just try to do everything under the sun. They want to take it a step farther and oppress the poor righteous man. Now, who is the poor righteous? Yasharallah. Today's time is the men is the men in the I.S.U.P.K, the men, women, children in the I.S.U.P.K, but Yasharallah, we're the poor righteous man. All Israel can be righteous. All Yasharallah can be righteous. All we gotta do is keep the laws and commandments. We all can turn away from sin. We all can be perfect. We just gotta do it. We can't say it. We gotta be about it. All right. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. See, they don't care. They just don't care. The heathen. They don't. The ungodly. They don't. Verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. That possession is 9/10 of the law. Yo, they want their strength. The thing is, we serve the Most High living God. The Most High God, we have to fix this. The Most High God, we serve him. No, they have idols. Oh, Yasharallah, the one people shall be stronger than the other. When we obey the Most High God, we are an unstoppable force. We are like the juggernaut. And all we gotta do is make sure Charles Xavier can't use his you know what I'm saying? And the way to combat that is being closed-minded, keeping the laws of God. All right, let's go back to it. That was just a sidebar. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. It's like they only respect strength. That's why, what is it? Never seek to be at peace with them, that thou may be strong. How can you bind? How can you spoil a strong man's house unless you first bind the strong man? Again, a strong man can only be bound if he breaks the laws of God. If he doesn't break the laws of God, there's no way that you can bind. Just it's impossible. They couldn't bind Christ. It was a mistake to crucify him. It was a mistake for the heathen to crucify him because now all Israel can get saved. That was the mission, to bring us back into the fold, and he's coming back. Like, it's not over. What is it? Now the prince of this world is cast out. Once they crucified him, it was that was when once Christ was crucified. That was a blunder on their part. A blunder. That was the biggest blunder they could have ever done. And they regret it too, to this day. Let's keep going. Verse 12. This is the book of Wisdom, Psalm chapter 2 and verse 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous. Yasharallah, Israel, black man, Hispanic man, Native man, woman, child. If we're righteous, there's a madly lie in wait. What so many scriptures. The Most High God will protect us. They will fall by their own snares. Though I walked in the valley of shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. There's so many popular scriptures that Christians try to pull all the time, but they really only apply to the Hebrew Israelites. Like John 3:16 is misconstrued by Christians. It only applies to Israel, Yasharallah. All right. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, but he is not for our turn. And he is clean, contrary to our doings. Of course, you're filthy, heathen. You don't keep, like, you wasn't given the law, so you do bestiality. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressing of our education. The heathen don't know no better. They don't know no better. Verse 13, he professeth, the righteous man, talking about the righteous, he professeth to have the knowledge of God. That's the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. That's why all Israel need to come back, because we profess to have the knowledge of the Most High God. We do. We are his priests and prophets. The priests and prophets are back here on the earth, and that shit scared the heathen. Like, if I was a heathen, I would be very afraid, because every time the priests and prophets come out, that means destruction is on its way. First, the priests and prophets do their job, then Most High God do his job. So we in the phase of fishing. We're fishing. We're doing our part. And after that, after fishing season, there's going to be hunting season. Most High God going to do his part. And then we're going to do our part again, hunting the rest and bringing them around rallying, getting them together and putting them into captivity, putting them in slavery. And he calleth himself the child of the Lord. Abanawa, our Father. Abanawa, our Father. Verse 14, he was made to reprove our thoughts. Yes, because they don't know no better. Reprove's correct. Verse 15, he is grievous unto us, even to behold. They hate the sight of us. Like, they can't stand the sight of us. The way we act, especially the righteous. Yashua, the way, especially being righteous, keeping the laws of God, they can't stand you because we are the light of the world. We cannot be hid. You don't put it under the table or under the bushel. So all can see. Most High God, so they can glorify the Most High God. So They can't, like, the best way, you don't fight darkness with darkness. The best way to fight darkness is just turn on lights, and the darkness just disappears. So we are that light. Esau can't. What are you gonna do? We it's like if you righteous, you neutralize all Esau's advantage. Well, he had the sword. He can't use his sword against a righteous man because we're being righteous. What? That's 70 times 7. He can't use it because we're not harming him. He watched the serpent harmless as a dove. So each y'all gets neutralized. What is it? A ruler is not a terror to good works. If you're being righteous, a ruler won't harm you. There's nothing he can do. He's chained. Now who's chained? Esau? You're chained. All right, let's keep going. Verse 15, we're going to read it again. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 15. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. For his life is not like other man's. His ways are of another fashion. We have what? We Passover. All our high holy days. The Sabbath, Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of First Fruits, more blowing the trumpet, Day of Atonement, Feast of Tabernacles. Next one is the Hanukkah, Purim. And our feast days is a lot of warfare. It's a lot of warfare. We are very like when we keep the laws of God as a nation, the other nations will see we are wise and understanding people. Like we are a force to be reckoned with, for real. Verse 16. Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 16. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. That speaks for itself. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. You're not. They have no power. They're not. They're servants. They're slaves. They're servants. They were made to serve us. The Most High God, still in 2 Samuel 6 and 54 to 56, bro. They are like spittle, like nothing. Drop the fall from a bucket. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. Y'all do incest. Y'all do so many abominable things on a daily basis that it's insane, heathen. Y'all don't have no common sense neither, heathen. Like y'all like you know what a shower is? He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that God is his father. Of course, Abanawa. We have a living God. Y'all don't. Verse 17. Let us see if his words be true. They either don't want to, the ungodly, they don't want to, they don't want to just believe. They want to show like the Egyptians had to show. That's what they want. They want to show like the Egyptians had to show. And we saw what happened to them with the plagues. And let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. Verse 18. For if the just man be the son of God, he will help him. So what you trying to say, heathen? So you're going to purposely do this, and the third, just to see if the Most High God would do something about that? Why? What? Only the wicked would think like that. And deliver him from the hand of his enemies. So, because we pronounce that we the Most High God, or the child of the Most High God, we are the Most High God is our Father. You're purposely going to pick a fight with us just to see what will happen. That's insane. That's insanity right there. Verse 19, let us examine him with despitefulness. Alexa, definition of despitefulness.
Despitefulness is a tendency to wish harm or suffering on others, characterized by ill will, maleficence, malice, malignant behavior, spite, or venom.
Alexa, stop. You see that? That's crazy. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture. Yeshua, we have nothing to fear. Abba we fear. Abba we fear. The Father we fear. That we may know his meekness, improve his patience. All right, that's verse 20. Let us condemn him with a shameful death. What? I think they jealous. They jealous. They jealous. You jealous, heathen. And by his own saying, he shall be respected. Verse 21, such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness had blinded them. They don't know no better. Verse 22, and as for the mysteries of God, surely the Lord will do nothing but shows his secrets to his servants, the prophets. They knew them not, neither hope they for the wages of righteousness, nor discern a reward for blameless souls. See, being righteous, there's a reward, and there's a reward for being blameless. That's why we have to live a life worthy to be saved, be perfect. So the Most High God can give you a reward. He wants to reward us. Deuteronomy 20 chapter 1 through 14, all the rewards. Now Deuteronomy 20 chapter 15 through 68, all the bad, all the curses, all the punishments. All right. Verse is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, and verse 23. For God created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Yeah, reincarnation, regeneration is real. You live along, if you're right. Generally, righteous man, unless the Lord want to take you for whatever reason. You live a long life, you see your grandkids, great-grandkids, great-grandkids, great-great-grandkids. You die, you come back, live it over again, over and over and over again. Reincarnation is real. Verse 24, nevertheless, through envy. There it says right there. Nevertheless, verse 24. This is the book of Wisdom, Solomon 2, verse 24. Nevertheless, through envy. Someone's jealous. Alexa, definition of envy. Alexa, definition of envy.
A species or type of animal.
Alexa, stop. Alexis, definition of envy. All right. Hey, the heathen are jealous. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold on his side do find it. That old serpent, Garden of Eden. That cunning manipulator. Always trying to be slick, always trying to deceive the righteous to go against our own God. We don't have to fall for his traps no more. We be wise as serpent, harmless as a dove. Just obey the Lord and forget the evil. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. See, we in the Israelite school, we use practical knowledge, the real priests and prophets on the earth. We go to camp. We teach our people. We feed our people. We have classes. We have podcasts. We send up the prayers on the Sabbath service. In the eyes of the world, all this is vain, but in the eyes of God, it's glorious. Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. Christ will return and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. Those chariots are coming back so far beyond all that they have looked for. In verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this is he? The heathen going to say, wait, these Hebrew Israelites, these so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native men, women, and children, this is he whom we had sometimes in derision in a proverb of reproach? All the slang, all the bywords, all the slurs they call us. Mondays. Mondays. Funny. Verse 4. We fools accounted his life madness. In their eyes, we're just like in their eyes, we deserve to be somewhere we're not supposed to be. And his end to be without honor. Verse 5. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot among the saints? There's gonna come a time where they're gonna recognize that we are the true, priests and prophets with true royalty on the earth. It's gonna be a time to recognize that. It's gonna be a time to recognize that. It's gonna be a time to recognize that. It's going to come. It's gonna come to pass. It's going to come to pass. That's why brotherhood is so important. We have to be brotherly. What Christ said? Christ said, "No greater love, no greater love than a man have than this. That a man laid down his life for his friends." We have to lay down our life for our nation. Like we have to go to camp. We have to teach class. We have to be in class. We have to learn. We have to keep the laws of God. We have to serve the Most High God. We have to keep these high holy days, holy convocations. Come on. The laws of God is not grievous. The Lord will be with you, will be with us. He will. He will give us the strength and the power. Look at Samson. Like crap. Samson was a Nazarite. Look at all his strength. Christ, all these miracles to heal. Like, this happened. Come on now. Like, send fire from heaven. You and your 50. Unless you're Elijah, one of them. Come on. All the prophets of old, Moses, the Red Sea, like, we can't, these are not light things. We are of those same people. Will not God give us the same things in the last days of time? We do it now. We teach our people. Those are there not miracles in themselves? Our people come back into the truth, keeping the laws of God after generations of lawlessness. All right, let's get Deuteronomy 7-6. This is the book of Deuteronomy. Chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. We are separate unto the Most High God himself. That's very crucial to understand. Very crucial. The Lord thy God have chosen. He could have chosen anybody. Anyone. But the Lord our God chosen thee, us, to be a special people unto himself. In the eyes of the Lord, every single black, Hispanic, and Native man, woman, and child is special. That's why we gotta treat each other. We gotta consider that we can't disrespect each other because I'm special to the Most High God. You are special to the Most High God. So we don't wanna upset the Most High God. So we gotta treat each other. You know what I'm saying? On the same accord. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's why we gotta get it right in-house. Yasharallah. We can't be killing each other. We gotta please the Lord. We gotta be on right because the Most High God don't want no infighting amongst us. Now, if there'll be a disagreement, go to him and thee alone. If that don't get solved, if that don't get heard, go to gather to a stock Israel. Talking about that Israel. So grab the door. Priest and Officer Quatazak Robbins in the building. Yes, we have to. Yes, we're special. We're special. We're special people. In-house. Go to him and thee alone. Go to him and thee alone. And then if he don't hear you, go to the Catholic Council. Get 2 or 3 more witnesses. The average word be established. And if they don't hear it, go to the whole congregation of the nation of Israel. And then if they don't hear that, they just treat them as a heathen. So we have rules and regulations that we need to follow. We have procedures. We have laws, statutes, and commandments that we need to follow, that we're governed by. And he's going and above all people that are upon the face of the earth. It has to hit home. We are above everybody upon the face of the earth. If that's not a confident boost, I don't know what is. We have the Most High God on our side when we obey Him. We have the Most High God on our side when we obey Him. We gotta make sure we obey the Lord. We really do. Oh, and also, we gotta love the brotherhood. We do love the brotherhood. We got to. We love the brotherhood. We love our King. Honor our King. Love the brotherhood. We just gotta be. We just gotta do what the Lord wants us to do. It's just that simple. And life is really simple and easy. So obey the Lord and do what He says. Obey the Lord and do what He says. With that, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and prophet of the Most High God, Officer 50 Quatzar Korab.
Hey man, let's give Officer Abad a powerful hand for down this class, man, until I got here, man. If I could, Officer Abad, what was you bringing up?
Just, this brother in general, about how he, that's really just brother.
All right, no sweat.
I was going in inside. I ended off like brother.
All right, kind of. Yeah, man, brotherhood is so important, man. It's the most important thing in the world.
Right.
This is how we're gonna get out of this hellish condition that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans and Indians is in, man. Brotherhood and sisterhood, man. We have to have that in order. That's the main ingredient for us to rise.
Right.
That's one of the main ingredients. And another vital thing that we need to understand that we need to do is we gotta get away from this place, man.
Right.
I'm not talking about we gotta pack up and leave and go to Palestine.
Right.
I mean, like, we gotta spiritually remove ourselves from this place.
Right.
Yeah, man. If you could abide, he can be Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, man. We gotta get away from this place mentally, physically, and not physically, mentally and spiritually.
Right.
We have to get away from this place, man. It's not doing us any good. Our people are so destroyed today, man. Like, it's like I be seeing people today. It's like is it hope for them? It's like they bad to the point that they can't even come back. Yeah, I mean, from what they under. Yeah, I mean, you got it about Officer.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Go ahead.
For thou art a holy people.
For you are a holy people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you are the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And you are a holy people. Holy means separate. We are supposed to be separate. We're not supposed to be joined in with anybody. You understand what I'm saying? Separate means Kodash in Hebrew. You understand what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be joined to everybody. We're supposed to be different from other people. Keep going.
Come unto the Lord thy God.
You're supposed to be holy. You're supposed to be separate unto the Lord thy God. So which means is you're supposed to do what the Most High God wants you to do. You have to do it. You have to follow His law, statutes, and commandments, man, that the Lord intended for you to do. That what makes you separate from other people. Keep going.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
Listen, go ahead.
Unto Himself.
Listen, the Lord thy God had chosen us, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to be a chosen people, a special people unto Himself.
From ivypanda.com.
Alexa.
The arrival of the Spanish and...
Stop. appreciate it. Most High, we made us a special people, man. We belong to the Most High. And like I always bring up and, say over and over again, man, it's like if you really want to be special, you can't be in bed with all these philosophies.
Right.
You can't be in bed with Islam. You can't be in bed with the feminist movement.
Right.
You can't be in bed with Christianity.
Right.
You can't be in bed with the American way of living, American dream. You can't be in bed with none of these things, man. You understand what I'm saying? That what makes us, if you could, but even Israel played a harlot. Yeah, man, we've been in bed with all these philosophies, man. And if I could, what's this? I don't know if she's a sister or not. They had 35 bodies. What's her name? Brittany Renner or something like that. I believe it. I'm gonna look at this. What's it? She told she got 35 bodies. I'm gonna look it up. Give me a minute. I'm gonna try. Oh yeah, Brittany. What's her name? Yeah, her Brittany Renner. She got 35 bodies, man. That's how Israel is, man. We in bed with all these philosophies and we're not ashamed of it. She's not ashamed for having 35 bodies. She's not ashamed. I mean, a woman, that have intercourse and relations with all these men should be ashamed. Understand what I'm saying? Should be ashamed of that, man. That's how Israel is, man. We in bed with Islam. We in bed with Christianity. We in bed with feminism. We in bed with the American way of life. We in bed with all Egyptology, Scientology. We in bed with all these philosophies and religions, like Brittany Renner. You understand what I'm saying? This is a metaphor I'm speaking of right now, of course. She got 35 bodies and she is not ashamed of it. We got Islam and Christianity. Those are the bodies that we are embedded with, and we're not ashamed of being that, man. And it's destroying us, man. And that don't make you special. If you're not doing what the Lord thy God wants you to do, that don't make you special. Understand? You in Islam, you're a second-class citizen. Them Arabs don't love you. You're in Christianity, man. They don't love you. Them Edomite Christians don't love you. You understand what I'm saying? You're in Scientology, man. Y'all believe in equality. They don't really love y'all, man. Do something they don't like. You in, what else? The American Dream. You know how many rappers follow the American Dream and they complain about their contracts? They ain't the American Dream when the label owns damn near all your catalog. We ain't been with all these things and we're not ashamed of it. Just like the Brittany Renner. I don't know if she's a sister or not, but we don't make us special. They make us less valuable. Coming back to the Lord thy God, that's what makes us special, man. You're supposed to be special unto a home. You belong to a home. You're supposed to be belonging to all these people, all these philosophies and religions. That don't make us special, man. And this is why we're being punished today and having these curses on us, because we in bed with Islam, we in bed with Christianity, we in bed with Scientology, Egyptology, we in bed with the American way of living, we in bed with equality, we in bed with feminism, we in bed with all these ways of thinking that's destroying us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we are destroyed. You understand what I'm saying? And we played the harlot, man. Like Israel, we sleep in these beds with all these philosophies and we think that is working, but it's not. You can see today, man. You can see today how our people operate. You got the scripture about it? Also about it?
This is Hosea 4, verse 15.
Go ahead.
Though thou, Israel, played the harlot.
Israel played the what?
Played the harlot.
Israel played the harlot, man. We played a whore, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's not a good thing. And we're not ashamed of it, man. We should be ashamed of being in Islam. We should be ashamed of being in Christianity because they don't represent brotherhood. You understand what I'm saying? There's too many bodies. Israel got too many bodies, man. Islam is a body. Christianity is a body. Scientology is a body. Just like the Brittany Renner. She all them bodies are not ashamed of it. You know what we call that type of woman in the world. No man don't want that. They make her less valuable. No man don't want that. You think the Most High want us, but you think he That's why he's punishing us. He want to bring his son back, bring Christ back, but we in bed with Islam. You can't. We belong to the Most High. We turning our backs on the Most High, man. That's what harlots do. Harlots turn his back on the main person. Listen, you should come to I.S.U.P.K because we are one body. We have one body, and we serve the Most High God. We keep His law, statutes, and commandments because the Bible tells us to. You understand what I'm saying? We try to tell Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that they're special, but in reality, through the lenses of the other nations, you're not. You're just somebody, a follower that just want to be cool and garbed up and wear your, you know how Philly is, especially Philly Muslims. They being Muslim is like a trend. It's not an actual, like, they actually practice they what they preach. It's a trend. This is to be cool.
Right.
Ramadan coming up. Oh, I'm about to fast, and I'm about to let the whole world know that I'm fasting. When on the Day of Atonement, you will never know what we fasting. You understand what I'm saying? Because the Bible tells us not to do such things.
Right.
Understand what I'm saying? We belong to the Most High, man. We don't supposed to be in bed with these other philosophies like a harlot. That's what a harlot is. A harlot that's in bed with all these other gods, man. We are married to the Most High God. We are the Most High God's wife, and we are being disobedient. We are being whores out here, following different ideologies and philosophies and religions and stuff like that. And they all not teaching you the proper way of brotherhood, man. They're not doing that, man. You know how many Muslim brothers unalive one another, sell drugs to one another, talk behind one another back, don't squash beefs or squash problems that they have with one another. You know how many Christian men unalive one another, sell one another drugs, committing crimes, doing all these violent, disgusting things in our communities, man. You know how many Egyptologists and Scientologists is in our community that's getting high, that might be selling drugs too, might be unaliving one another. Listen, people got these unks on, man. Listen, I remember, I was on this one I didn't have a car. I was on a bus. Go ahead,
I think Brittany Ritter is the Hebrew.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh.
Her father was black.
All right, kind of one kind, or no slut, yeah. Well, like I said, the sister, man, she got all them bodies and she not ashamed. Just like that brother I'm about to talk about, like, I was on a bus probably like 2-3 years ago before I had my car. No, it wasn't 2-3 years. It was probably longer than that, probably like 4 or 5 years ago. He had an uncle, and this was when I was a so-called woke person. I was super woke. I was one of those guys, right? But he had an uncle. I was about to say, "Hold tap, brother." I was about to do that, but I still was like, still an individual. Like, I still knew I was an Israelite, but I still was like accepting everybody that believed what they wanted to believe. I was one of those, but I still knew things, right? And I seen the brother, and he had an uncle. He looked just like a nigga, a brother from Egypt, like one of the pharaohs from Egypt. He was like one of those, right? But then he had a cigarette in his hand, so that contradicted everything that he stood for. Cause it's like, you all about black folk, waking up black folk and enlightening black people, but you smoking a cigarette. How like I looked at that and my mind changed, and then I remember I know Cat Cesario, he said something. He always used to bang on and flame these Egyptologists about how they act and how they are and their characters and stuff like that. And I always thought about the brother. I was like, yeah, they really not who they say they are. They really not for the people. Because if you claim that you this or netter, how they would say it, then you shouldn't smoke no cigarette. You should show me a better way of practicing what you preach, but you don't. You understand? But then blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians that's in the I.S.U.P.K, they don't contradict what they say. Understand what I'm saying? Like, you smoking a cigarette, it's not allowed in here. Listen, if an Officer Abad ever see me with a cigarette, you think he gonna say that? Officer Abad is gonna say something to me. I'm going to get checked.
Right.
I'm going to get talked to. I'm going to get phone calls. I'm pretty sure he smoked cigarettes around his other Egyptologist friends. And that's not brotherhood. Because you're supposed to be telling them, like, yo, you're supposed to smoke cigarettes, man. You're supposed to be allowing that. But I was in the world at the time. I could have said something to the brother, but I was in the world. But in my head, I'm like, I know you be around other people that get high. You know, you probably hang around drug dealers. Because, like, we don't do this. We don't do this here.
Right.
We don't contradict ourselves.
Right.
Because we are the true meaning of brotherhood. You can't, outside these doors, there's no brotherhood.
Right.
There's no brotherhood. Inside these doors is brotherhood.
Right.
I'm straight up in that. I'm telling you straight like that. Like I still wake up today and say, hey, I'm in the truth. Like I wake up today like all the time. I'm like, I'm in the truth. And a lot of you know how, you gotta come see this stuff for yourself, man. A lot of people, go on the internet and they hear other people talk about the school and how the school is this, how the school is that. Man, don't listen to them, man. You gotta see for yourself, man. I see for myself, man. These brothers is solid in here, man.
Right.
Like, listen, I'm trying to tell you, like, I ain't never felt the brotherhood nowhere else. I went to unity camps before. I ain't feel no brotherhood there. Not knocking no brother. I mean, they need to come into the truth. But I ain't feel it. When I came here, it felt like I knew these brothers all my life. I told them that before. I feel like I know them all my life. And man, like, this is how I feel. It's like they treated me like a brother so much. And I just always pondered and contemplated and think like, man, did anybody treat me like this outside these doors? And I couldn't find it. I couldn't think. It's non-existent. I'm not saying nobody, some good advice or somebody said something that was right to me, but the genuine love in here, and then it's like the brotherhood is always not going to make you feel good. You're going to get corrected. You're supposed to get corrected. That's how you correct. That's how you change. You understand what I'm saying? This is how you change.
Right.
Hold on. Hey, Shalom, little Christ, sir. I'm teaching class right now. All right, come on, sir. Yeah, about you, look at the little Christ. But yeah, man, like I came in these doors, man. I seen this stuff for myself. Now I'm an officer of 50. Like anybody that get discouraged, and I'm a hard person to, like, I don't just do anything. Like I'm very meticulous, or I'm very like, I gotta make sure that this is the right thing before I jump into something. And when if anybody know me that's watching this class, you don't know what I'm talking about, because this is how I am. I don't play around with certain stuff like this. I got to make sure this is the right thing. And I made sure I went to go see for myself. And anything that somebody said on the internet was a lie. Yeah, man. I see brotherhood in here, man. Like, these are my brothers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even the ones I didn't even meet yet.
Right.
I just feel like I'm a brother in this school. I didn't feel like that outside, man. Even to my physical brothers, I love them, I love them to death. But in here, this where is it at, man? And they taught me and raised me up to be a mighty man. They told me not to do this, not to do that. Move like this, move like that. And we having a good time. We laugh, have a conversation. Listen, they talk about sport. I don't do sports, but they talk about sport. They talk video games. Oh, listen, hey, also, they think we robots in here. Yeah. they think we in Illuminati. Go ahead, officer. Right, a whole lot of salt. Man, they think that we some like type. Well, we as a cult. We embrace that. You understand what I'm saying? They call us a cult. Right. You know what I mean? But little do they know, man, it's really some genuine brothers. All of them genuine brothers in here, man, that's solid, man. Right. Like, and you won't notice until you come inside this school.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't be outside speculating and talking that's something that you don't know. What I know from my experience, when I'm not going to tell anybody a lie, that the I.S.U.P.K is the prime example and the true example of brotherhood. Flat out, period. It's not up for debate. It's not up for debate. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not debating you on that because I'm here. I see it. Understand what I'm saying? I could call any brother right now and ask for some advice, ask for some help. You understand what I'm saying? And they're gonna take their time out the day and help me. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, can you go back to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, man? We can't be no Brittany Renner, man. We can't be that sister, man, having all these bodies and not being ashamed of it, being in bed with all these philosophies and not being ashamed of it, man. We should have some type of shame because you gotta think about it, man. Like, think about all the religions that we're in today, right now. None of them treat one another like brothers and sisters. They don't. We know this because we in these ghettos with them. We see this. We grew up like this. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we grew up like this. I'm from Philly. And Philly, this is a dark cloud in Philly. Is a wicked spirit in Philly. You know what I mean? And it's mostly Christians and Muslims. Majority of people I grew up with was Christians and Muslims. And they unallowed each other, sold drugs to one another, set one another up, had sex with a woman, beefing, fighting, all types of stuff, man. Why do you think that? Because the God that you serving is evil. He's not a just God. Your God is on a journey somewhere. My God is working. My God is living. Your God is dead somewhere in a tomb. You know, in a cemetery. What do we call them? Pyramids. What do we call them? Tombs. They ain't know whatever the hell they think they is. Some type of they grave sites.
Right.
Understand what I'm saying? That's all it is, man. Your guys is dead, man.
Right.
I mean, where Allah is a rock. You got a rock, a dumb stone, a dumb idol. You worshiping dumb idols. How can you get brotherhood from a rock? That's a mineral. That's all it is. It's a mineral.
Right.
That came out the sky. I guess they say it fell out the sky. What is it doing for you? I see blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that's in these religions dying, like at a rapid rate. I'm guaranteeing you, Officer Abad, every black man that get unalive in Philly, I'm guaranteeing you they Muslims and Christians.
Right.
We've been, go ahead, Officer Abad.
It's crazy how you say that because in Genesis, the first chapter, it says
He made man to have dominion over everything.
Right.
So why is we allowing a rock to be our God? We let dominion.
Right. Listen, we're supposed to be how they make them. We're supposed to be making man-made caves. Yeah, I mean, we're supposed to be carving it out, making roads with them rocks. We're supposed to be building with those rocks.
Right.
You kissing it, and then if I may, we so destroyed that I believe it was Kevin Gates. I don't know if he's a brother or not, but Kevin Gates, he went over to Mecca somewhere and he was kissing the rock. I seen all those people. Somebody wiped it off with a cloth, but my thing is like there's a million people out there kissing that rock. There's no way that one of these people don't got herpes. Like, there's no way that everybody in is your brother. No sweat. Kevin Gates is a brother. Like he kissed the rock and kind of start crying a little bit. Like that's their God. And then it's not real. It don't move like the Most High God do. The Most High God works. Listen, you see what's going on in Palestine right now?
Right.
You see what's going on in Palestine right now?
Right.
Listen, Most High in Christ for that, man. Most High is working.
Right.
Y'all kissing a rock that can't even move. They can't listen. Most High is talking to them right now.
Right.
They don't even dig it above survive.
Right. Right. Right.
How many people Kevin Gates trespassing? Because I'm not saying what the brother probably not doing it now, but my thing is, he always was that. And you got these Muslims that's Christians. They are Christians too. I remember I was living in Kensington. Sister next to me, Muslim. I remember one day she was talking about how Christianity and this stuff was not the real, the true religion and all that, and trying to denounce it and all that type of stuff. But then I'm like, okay, she's Muslim, but she got a Christmas tree out in the house. I walk past her crib and I see it in the window. It's glistening. I'm like, ain't you supposed to be Muslim? This shows you that God is evil, is not just. And that's our God putting these curses on us. That's our God doing that. You understand what I'm saying? In the same time, they think their God is just, but they doing this. If they came back to the Most High God, the main reason why they follow these philosophies and under these, because they've been cursed. We under these punishments and curses.
Right.
You gotta understand that, number one. But they will never get it though. We understand that, but they are hypocrites. They think their religion is so perfect, but you can't even have the willpower to stop doing the things that your religion tell you not to do. But guess what? In the I.S.U.P.K, we learn these statutes, law, statute, commandments, and it tells us not to do it, and we don't do it. We don't. Because I'm going to get a phone call. If I post Merry Christmas, listen, if I post Merry Christmas, and I got Kwanzaa Karam as my name, I got like 300 brothers and sisters on my Facebook page, and I guarantee you, most of them is going to comment like, brother, you need to take this down. I'm going to get a phone call from Officer Yedaya. Like, Salaki, hey, Kwanzaa, are you all right? You good? What's going on? You dropped your sword? I'm going to get a phone because that's Brotherhood. Ain't nobody knocking on that sister door saying you need to take that Christmas tree out. You know you Muslim. Because they ain't got Brotherhood. They ain't got no sisterhood. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could about you read Deuteronomy 76.
Right. This book of Deuteronomy, 7, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Come. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Listen, you are a holy people unto the Lord thy God, man. You're supposed to be separate to the Lord thy God, man. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Listen, if you would be with all these philosophies, man, you're not special, but you're supposed to be special. If you follow, all right, I have a woman and she having intercourse and sex with all these other men, that don't make her special. She belongs to me, though. She belongs to me. Supposed to belong to me. But then I go play but Slack, and then she go play a whore. Don't make her special no more. She's supposed to be special, though. We gotta come back and change our lives to be special. Because I.S.U.P.K, we know we special. We know y'all special too. The people in the world, black spending in this, we know that y'all special. But in reality, like I stated, all y'all doing is following these religions, and they don't look at y'all as special. Honestly, they look at y'all as nothing. Y'all second-class citizens. Y'all don't rule. Y'all can't dictate how the religion is going to be. This is why, if I could, Officer Bob, this is why Farrakhan got the Nation of Islam, because he can't go to them Arabs and say, listen, this is what it is. Y'all got to follow what we follow. He can't do that. They'll chop his head off. They'll go blow up his house. They do all these things because that's what they believe in.
Right.
They want to die by what they believe in. He cannot go to an Arab. That's why he had to go make his own thing. That's why Elijah Muhammad had to go make his own thing. He can't go and take over Islam, Islam that the Arabs follow. Can't do that. Understand what I'm saying? So Keep going, Officer Abad.
Above all people.
Listen, we're supposed to be above all people, man. We're not supposed to be second-class citizens. We're supposed to be the ruling class. We're supposed to be sit home, sipping pina coladas, sipping tequila, as money accumulates in our bank account. Like we never know it before. Like, I'm gonna keep saying this, man. One day I want listen. In my next lifetime, I pray that I can wake up and go on my bank account, and every 30 seconds I refresh my page, I can see 30,000 to 100,000 accumulating in my bank account. Just constant. I don't think no Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian ever probably experienced that before. I don't even know that's a thing, but that's amazing. You imagine you ain't got to wake up 7:30 in the morning. You ain't got to worry about going to work overnight. Have you ever thought about that? Like, have you ever thought about you got people working for you, Officer Abad? People doing what you want them to do, or you want them to do. Like, have you ever thought about that? Listen, we gotta build. Listen, we building up these people establishments. Imagine when we be on top,
Right.
and the roles are reversed. You know how better we be. Listen, I'll be calling Officer Abad. Listen, we about to go to Bora. We going somewhere. Listen, we got what? They working for us? They working for us.
Right.
We out. We ain't got to worry about it. You know what I mean? That's going to be an amazing film.
Right.
Understand what I'm saying? We can't do this here because it's always a ceiling. That's what Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indian need to know. That's they have a couple of dollars. You're always going to have a ceiling. But like I said, we want to be a ruling class. It's not always just about money. We want power. And we want to show all these nations that we can rule better than them anyway.
Right.
Because the brotherhood that we got in I.S.U.K is unbreakable.
Right.
It is. You got to come here to see. Go ahead, Officer Abad.
When the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. The wicked are moved.
Kind of one kind. Listen, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Man, y'all gonna be happy. Y'all gonna be glad that the I.S.U.P.K,
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is ruling, man. Listen, the ones that kiss our boots, it's gonna be more lenient on y'all. Them hard-headed ones, I don't know. But the ones that kiss our boots, that empty out their bank accounts and give us all their loot. Listen, man. Listen. It's good. Listen, I'm making you a rap. Listen, you're gonna rap for me. I'm gonna make you a rapper. You're gonna be a rapper. And man, listen, I'm gonna have some dances. Y'all gonna be dancing. Listen, y'all gonna be making music videos. Listen, we gonna be paying y'all. Matter of fact, no, we gonna have y'all on contracts, and we gonna take 85% and get y'all 15%. That's what we gonna do. But the other ones that's hard-headed, man, y'all going to UPS. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all going in them fields. The other ones that's good, kissing my boots, shining my boots all up. Listen, I might get a little cow. You know what I mean? Sounds like, you know what I mean, nothing major. Understand what I'm saying? That's what happens when we're in a ruling class, though. When we're ruling, we're in power, we can do stuff like that. But we're going to be better than them. We're not going to violate your woman. We're not going to violate your children. Right. We're not going to unalive you because that's going against our what we believe in. Right. It's going against the Most High God. Right. We got rules and regulations when people serve us and how we're supposed to treat them. Right. It's in the Torah. Right. And you know what's crazy about it? This is why the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, because you know how the argument is. They try to put slavery in the Bible, say, oh, slavery is in the Bible. They don't understand slavery and servitude and all those two different things, right? If you were looking at Torah, you could serve an amount of time and they let you go. Right. But listen, this is the kicker. Right. This is the kicker. Right. They know who they are still. Right. They still know who they are. Right. That's the number one thing people miss about, how the oppressor had us in bondage versus when somebody had to go serve us to pay a debt off. Right. They don't understand that part, but they still know who they are. They know who their wife is. They know who their kids are. They know all that. Right. We came over here, we got violated, we lost our culture, our God, everything. The one that was serving us when they supposed to, they knew their God, they knew who they was, and they got sent off and went back to wherever they came from when they was done. That's what's different. That's why we better than the oppressor, because when you serve us, you gonna know you're an Edomite. You gonna know. You gonna know that. You gonna have women, you gonna have wife and children. And you're gonna know your kids. You're gonna know that this is your son. You're gonna know where he's at every time, period. You're gonna know. We ain't gonna beat y'all with baseball bats, feed y'all to alligators. We're not gonna castrate you. We damn sure ain't gonna be practicing homosexual activities, breaking a buck. We ain't gonna be doing that either. Because that's against the Torah. That's against Salaki. That's against the Most High God, the law, statutes, and commandments. That's in the Torah. You understand? Christ told them, man, we can't give our stuff up to vile affections and stuff like that. We're not supposed to do that. That's the difference from when we serve and y'all under us, and when we're in power, we're going to be going by what our God say. That's why your God is so disgusting that you'll try to justify it and say, oh, we could violate a child. We could violate a woman. We could violate a man. Oh, come, this is why the oppressor is the devil, man. He's so wicked and disgusting that he sleeps with everything. Listen, it's a thing that sorry about it, also about it. It's a thing. I seen this with my own eyes. They in relationships have relations with trees. Listen, tree. I seen one talking to a tree and kissing it. Like, you know, in Philly, oppressor woman, white woman. I'm not bullcrapping. I ain't gonna hold you to it. And this is why our people. This is why we gotta separate from our people, because I seen a sister doing it down at Temple campus. I seen a sister doing it, and I'm looking at her like, I'm thinking about the white woman. It was when I was a seasonal worker. It was like 10 years. It was 10, 15 years ago. I was very young when I seen this. I couldn't understand it, and I just knew it was weird. But she worked for the she worked for what I work with. She worked there, and I seen her do it. But then I found out she take horse tranquilizers. Listen, horse tranquilizers. This is why they are violent, disgusting people, man. Like, it's a thing though. They talk to trees. They kiss trees. They like have. It's weird. I'm trying to tell you, this is weird. You ain't gonna be doing that in the kingdom. Like y'all do that now. When we in rule, you're not gonna do that in the kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? When we're in power, we're gonna show you a better way of doing things. Because a tree is a tree. A tree gives out oxygen, and it's not to be kissing. It's not to be talking back. It's not going to talk back to you. It is a living organism. It is living, but it's not. It's not. It don't have a mouth like us. It don't. I don't know how trees communicate with other trees, but we don't supposed to communicate with trees because that's not how we are. We're not operating like that. Understand what I'm saying? You don't see a dog go up to a tree, start barking at the tree, and unless there's a cat up there. He ain't going to talk to no tree. He gonna bark at another dog when another dog walk past him, and and they about to get into it. This is what happened when we ruled up. When they ruled, anything goes, man. Right. Anything goes, man. When they ruled, and it's so crazy, man. Like, our people are so destroyed that we start to follow what they do. Just like some of the sisters talking to a tree. And I'm looking like they really follow after these oppressors, man, and they think they get it from somewhere in ancient times and all this African mumbo jumbo. That listen, we're not African too, man. Right. Africans, y'all gonna be. And listen, also too, this is why we the salt of the earth, man. Right. Africans want to be like us so bad. They want to be like us so bad. We can't even dig it, man. Listen, there's a place in the kingdom for them too. When we be in rulership, y'all gonna be happy because y'all not gonna be having flies around y'all. Y'all not gonna be walking barefooted. Y'all not gonna be having plates in y'all. Listen, y'all not gonna be having plates in y'all mouths. Listen, y'all are not gonna be eating with your hands in the goddamn ground. Y'all ain't doing none of that in the kingdom. Listen, we're gonna treat y'all better than how your culture ever treated y'all. This is why when we rule, stuff happens, man. Like, you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be glad. Like, it should have been in this joint. It should have been ruling. Now, when the wicked ruling, the people mourn. Listen, we Black Lives Matter. That's a prime example right there. Another black man killed. They go right there protesting and screaming and injustice. And, we out there teaching and go ahead also about
Right at the Capitol.
right at the right at the Capitol. Like I said, like there's a lot of things that's going on that ain't gonna happen when we rule because we're fair, we're righteous, we're just. Understand what I'm saying? We just want to rule. Listen. This is a message to all oppressors, man. If you are a good oppressor, you're a good white man or white woman, African, so forth, other nation, whatever nation you are. If you are a good person, you know what you should do? You should step down. You should empty out all your bank accounts. Give it I.S.U.P.K your money. You should get down. Listen, I got also about listen. I might have to think about doing this. I'm gonna talk to Officer in the car about this because he's on social media. I'm gonna think about making a Kiss My Boot Tour page on TikTok and post every boot kiss that any camp does. That's what I'm gonna do. If y'all really good white people, that's what y'all do. If not, y'all just gonna prove it to me how wicked y'all are. And we're gonna be mourning and complaining and sadness and disgruntled and angry because you are in rulership. There's nothing good that comes out of what you do. You destroy everything. Case in point. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk about this. When I was a seasonal worker, what I'm do now, I clean up the parks and all that. But we had these certain type of training classes. It was this oppressor. He was training us. And he was telling us how that's why if you ever see in Philly, you got rain gardens, you see like the rain gardens on the side and all that type of stuff. This was talked about 10 years ago. So he said, I understood it. Other people didn't get it because they are in the world. Like I was in the world at the time, but they wasn't aware of what the oppressor does. Even though I was still in the world, I still knew the oppressor was a destroyer. I already knew that. But so he was talking about how the ozone is messed up. This is all messed up. The like all the pollution and all that type of stuff is messed up. That's why now they're trying to do all this. That's why the Teslas is here, the electric stuff is here, all that type of stuff is here because of the pollution. And he blamed his forefathers for making it like this. He was like, we messed up. He was talking about America. He said we messed up, but he really talking about his forefathers. They trying to get it right now. That's why you see the greenhouses. That's why you see the rain gardens. That's why you see all this. It's called stormwater infrastructure. That's the new name for it. That's why you see all the rain gardens because there's a lot of pollution. That's why they trying to get away from the gas and the oil. That's going to slowly go out. It's going to take time, but that's going to slowly go out, and everything going to be electric. Everything going to be solar. That's what they really going for because their forefathers messed it up. You understand what I'm saying? And knowing I seen a brother out on what you call. I think he turned the car on with water or something like that. He started the car like the gas. I think it was either with water or something. I forgot what it was, but I seen it on TikTok or something like that. It was water or something. It was amazing. That just shows you that we are the salt of the earth. We can do anything. We don't destroy. We try to find ways to make things better. If we was in rulership, the world would be better. It wouldn't be no problems with the ozone or the pollution. It wouldn't be no problems like that. Right. Case in point, also too, there won't be a lot of litter on the ground. There's a lot of just dirty. You understand what I'm saying? That's why It's a shame because a lot of people don't know this too, and this is because the European man is dirty. He's filthy. You understand what I'm saying? We picked up them habits from him. You understand what I'm saying? You know, all the stuff that goes in the sewers and the stuff like that. This is why the water is so polluted, because it's hard to clean it. I learned that in the class too. That's what it says. It's hard to clean it. That's why they blame their forefathers for this stuff. It's hard to clean the water because there's so much pollution in it. It's so much polluted that they can't clean it all the way through. That's why they got to add all this stuff to it. It's not like it's in the creek. You know how a creek filter clean water too and stuff like that. And it's not like that. And then there's a thing that all the litter, it could go to the ocean. There's a whole bunch of litter in the middle of the ocean. But this society taught us to litter, throw trash, because the European man is dirty. We're not dirty people. We are actually clean. We get all our stuff from our oppressor. Imagine if we ruling. You think it's gonna be litter? It's not gonna be no litter. It's not gonna be litter. It's not gonna be dirty. It's not gonna be problems with the water. You're gonna have alkaline coming out the water. You're gonna have alkaline coming out the pipes, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just letting you know, when we rule, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be all good. You're gonna be eating good. Even the slaves gonna be eating good. Even the servants gonna be eating good. It's gonna be serving us. They're gonna be eating good too. We're not gonna give y'all pig feet. We ain't gonna give y'all pig. We gotta give y'all watermelon. We ain't gonna give y'all pig feet. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, no sweat. But like I said, yeah, man, when we rule, man, it's gonna be the best thing in the world. When y'all rule, it's like going to a house with an annoying woman. You just want to go back out. I just want to go. That's what I want to leave. Now, if you could about can you give me 1 John chapter 5 verse 3? Yeah, man.
This is the book, 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3.
Go ahead.
For this is the love of God.
Listen, this is the love of God, man. All that other fluffy, oh, this is how I feel, and I feel like this, I feel as though it's this. Kill that. The Most High not dealing with that. This is the love of God. Go ahead.
That we keep his commandments.
We got to keep these commandments, man. And one of the commandments is brotherhood, man. Matter of fact, give me. You should love thy brother as thyself, your neighbor. We got to keep these commandments. That's a commandment. Understand what I'm saying? We got to keep these commandments, man. You can't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. Can't sleep with your wife. I can't sell you drugs. I can't beat on my wife. I can't celebrate these holidays.
We're in the Old Testament or New Testament?
You could give me in the New Testament. Then, in fact, you give me both. Yeah, man. This is one of these commandments that we need to understand, that Christ came to really put in our brains and understand. We got to get brainwashed, man. We got to get programmed to understand this brotherhood, man. And this is why we got to repeat it over and over again. You know what I mean? It's going to be said over and over again. The scripture is going to be brought out until you get it. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what happened to me. I had to hear it over and over again so I can get it. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead. I'm sorry about it.
This is the book of Matthew, 22, verse 39.
Go ahead.
And the second is like unto it.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt love the what?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You should love your neighbor as yourself. And your neighbor ain't no Chinese man that live next door to you, storing cats and rats and dogs to sell to his brother, his neighbor, to put in a Chinese store and sell it to you.
Right.
That neighbor ain't no African that's next door to you that stink. Like they house, you can smell their house in your house. That's how stink they are. It's not an Arab. It's not an East Indian. It's not none of them. It's not a Somalian. Understand what I'm saying? We got to find out what's a neighbor. Because everybody think a neighbor is somebody that lives next to you. A Christian will tell you that your neighbor is somebody that's close to you, that lives next to you. Listen, if we rule it, man, my neighbor is definitely going to be my neighbor. if that makes any sense. My neighbor is going to be my neighbor, for real. And when we rule, you understand what I'm saying? You got to, what's up?
This book of Leviticus 19 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
You should not hate your brother in any wise, rebuke thy neighbor, man. Your brother is your neighbor. That's what a neighbor is, your brother, your sister. That's blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians that are Israelites. A Chinese man ain't your neighbor. Arab is not your neighbor. An African is not your neighbor. Officer Abad is my neighbor.
Right.
Officer Nakar is my neighbor.
Right.
Officer Yedaya, Officer Nathanya Allah, Bakaria Allah is my neighbor.
Right.
That's my brothers. And I'm supposed to love my brother as thyself. I cannot hate my brother. When I hate my brother, I'm plotting to sleep with his wife. I'm plotting to sell him drugs. I'm trying to unalive him. I'm trying to tell him to go celebrate Christmas and do it for the kids and do all these wild, vile, wicked things and to peer pressure my brother into doing. That's hating my brother. That's hate. It's not going out, going on the podium saying the white man is the devil. Hate is actually doing something ungodly to someone. That's hate. And the Bible don't tell us to go harm somebody. Go ahead also, Bible. We can't abhor Edomite or Egyptian. You understand what I'm saying? We cannot do it. We cannot do the acts that they want us to do. Just like we can't do that to our brother.
Right.
It's the same thing. This is why we need to rule. This is the prime example why we need to rule, because you're going to be safe.
Right.
You're going to be safe under our care.
Right.
We're not safe under the oppressor care. We're not safe. Listen, I'm terrified. No, I'm not always terrified. But I'm just saying, as a black man, you're terrified when you're riding in your car and you got a police officer behind you. You pray that he don't stop you and pull you over. You pray that he don't tell you to reach for something. It's just the truth. How many black men in the neighborhood, every time they see a cop, they get paranoid? That's not, they're the police supposed to protect. But we like, he might shoot me. He might do, listen, there's a lot of police officers, a lot of people don't know. I used to be wild. Don't say that. I used to be outside a lot. The cops used to, this wouldn't stop at first happened. This what cops used to hop out on us and do stuff. You know, a cop told me he would shoot me. I'm 14 years old. A cop told me he was going to shoot me. Matter of fact, I'm going to go a step further. I think somebody stole a shotgun and a vest out of a cop car down my neighborhood, right? So it was going, nope. Yeah. That's what happened. And it was like all these cops everywhere going crazy. Like I'm talking about like, it's like that somebody, they unalived a cop. This is one cop. This is where I had braces. I had a retainer. I said, well, I got my braces took out, now I got a retainer. I never had it in my mouth, but I always used to keep it on me. And this is when I used to smoke cigarettes, right? The cop came up to us. He told us to line up, get on the wall, and he emptied out my pockets, and he threw everything on the floor. My retainer, my cigarettes, all that type of stuff, whatever, right? And this is why I know that that these other nations that's not our neighbors, they don't treat us like brothers and sisters, because the Chinese man sold me a pack of cigarettes. I'm 15 and 16 years old smoking cigarettes that I got from a Chinese person. That's why I know that they are no good for us, because they give our children things that affect their body, that are harmful. But go back on topic, you threw all my stuff on the ground. And you know what he said to me? I said, yo, you ain't had to do all that. Ain't nothing in my pocket but money and a retainer and some cigarettes. He said, I don't give up what you is. You shouldn't be, what did he say? He said, you shouldn't be out here acting like an animal. Call me an animal. We was just chilling on the block. We wasn't doing anything. So he referred to us as animals. But now I'm gonna fast forward. That cop got unalive. He's actually on the mural. If you're in Philly, you know Broad Champlaw's 35th district. He's on the wall because somebody unalived him. This is how wicked these cops is. A cop was planting drugs on me before in a car. I seen him. And he moved his hand and he took me out the car and put me in the back of the cop car. He ain't even supposed to do that. But I was high out my mind, didn't know what the law was, but we was young and running wild. I went in the back of the car. They obviously let us go, but they was trying to plant drugs on me, and I seen them do it. I seen them. He was supposed to open up the car. He opened up the car. I'm the passenger. So it's like when we rule, we say, imagine it's me and my homie. He driving and I'm in a passenger. They could have unalived us. Ain't nobody was around us. Ain't nobody was around us. We was in a dark alleyway. They pulled up on us in a dark alleyway where we was going home and parking up and going to the crib. Literally in my grandma's driveway. Literally about to go to the crib. I'm 16, 17 years old at the time. They could have unalived us. They could have did that. They could have took advantage of us. Now how many times I heard a cop, especially there's a cop named Officer Reed, he got locked up. He was a dirty cop. And he used to say horrible things to us. And my grandma knew him. And that's the crazy part. My grandma used to work down to the court of clerks. So, you know, they always going down there and seeing the same people. He said a lot of horrible things to me. And I wasn't really doing nothing. I was just a kid. Because I knew drug dealers, I knew people that ran the streets. I mean, I was doing my thing a little bit here and there, but they was doing the most. And they treated me like I was an animal. I told me he was going to shoot me. How you supposed to I'm supposed to feel? And fast forward I'm gonna tell another story. I don't sell drugs. I don't get high. I stopped doing all this type of stuff. I'm a working man now. This is like, I was probably like 26. And I was living on like 11th Street in like what neighborhood I'm living at now. I was living like it's a drug block though. This is the worst block. It's the worst block in my neighborhood. But the rent was affordable. And I'm from down there, so nobody wasn't, I was cool. Like nobody wasn't messing with me because I knew like some of the people that lived around anyway, because my grandma lived right around the corner from there anyway, right down the street. So I walked to my grandma's house. I know I'm an Israelite, but I'm not in the truth. I'm woke, I'm conscious. I stopped doing certain things. So I wasn't that person I was like when I was living with my grandma, living down there, all wild, getting high, smoking weed, getting high. No, I said no, I wasn't getting high still. But I still had a job, I was working, I wasn't in the streets. I'm walking in my grandma's house. Across the street is a white man and a white woman. They hopped out on me. Like, where you going? And I'm like, whoa, what you doing? They stopped me, started grabbing my like going in my pockets and all that, like violating me. And I'm like, I don't even gotta tell you where I'm going. But I still told them because I don't want it to be like now I'm being, are you in contempt or trying to reason to try to unalive me? So I was like, going to my grandma's house. And then the white cop, one of the white guy cop, the woman was really on some other stuff. Like she wanted to got smart with me. But the white cop kind of realized, like, oh, dang, what am I doing that for? Like he like, it's like, this is the wrong guy. Like I can see it in his face. But it's like, I don't feel safe around these people because anything can happen. You understand what I'm saying? Like anything can happen. Come, and when we rule, we ain't gonna have that problem. Because we are just people. I.S.U.P.K, we are just. The white man ain't just, man. And he is not our brother, and will never be our brother, but we're gonna treat him better than he treat us. Period. There's no debate with that. We do it now. I treat white people better than they treat themselves. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, you go to my job, they would never thought I was in a cult. Cause I don't like, cause they like, oh, like I only got into a fight at my job before, and they couldn't believe it. Like, he don't bother nobody, he do his job. Cause I'm better. I'm wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. I'm that person. But at the same time, when we rule, man, it's gonna be way better, man. Because like I said, we are better. We should feel like we should be like our people that's serving us should be feeling safe, because our laws prevent us from abhorring them, doing acts. I mean, and our brothers too. We got laws that prevent us from doing certain things to our brothers and sisters, man, and we gotta understand that. So, I mean, now I'm gonna take this one last scripture. Oh, go ahead.
This book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 13 and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
No, 15. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor.
Started from the top again.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 13 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor.
Right. You're supposed to do it. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to love your neighbor. If you listen, man, Edomite is a beast. He's the beast of the field,
Right.
and he is going to devour you. He's not going to love you, man. He's not going to care for you. He don't care. All he wants is power and destroy us and get us off this planet, man, so he can have his superior race. Listen, we're not gonna get rid of all y'all. Y'all gonna get rid of yourselves before we do that. But before any oppressor think about talking about the I.S.U.P.K, just understand this. We love our brothers as ourselves.
Right.
We don't hate our brothers.
Right.
We love our brothers. We won't harm our brothers. We won't harm you. The Most High want to do all that.
Right.
Vengeance is not mine, it's his.
Right.
And I'm going to love my brother. I'm going to keep teaching my people, waking my people up, and getting them out the hellish conditions that they're in, because it's time.
Right.
It's time to wake up out of sleep.
Right.
Matter of fact, you can give me that scripture. It's time to wake up out of sleep, man. It's time to come back. It's time to come home, man. I.S.U.K, home of the truth, man. Gotta come back home. If you got it, you can start, Officer Abad.
This is the book of Romans 13 and 12.
Go ahead.
The book of Romans 13 and verse 12. Stop here. Got it. This is okay. Is that the exact scriptures you wanted? I think the one you wanted. Oh no, it's 11, 13. No, this is book of Romans 13 verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
Listen, now it's high time to wake up out of sleep, man. This is why I'm teaching these classes, man. I'm teaching these classes to wake my people up. We going out to camp to wake our people up. Like I said, we also teach these classes to wake our people up. We on the social medias to wake our people up. We out in the streets to wake our people up. And man, like Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, it's time to wake up out of sleep, man.
Right.
It's time to get up out that darkness and come to this marvelous, marvelous light, which is the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General Yahanna, man. It's time to love one another. It's time to treat one another better, being kind to one another, having mercy and forgiving one another, and compassion, and being tenderhearted and delicate to one another, man, because it's time to do so, man. And it's time to come back to our God. We cannot be a Brittany Renner thinking it's okay to have all these bodies, man, and being in bed with Islam, being in bed with Christianity, Scientology, Egyptology. Can't be in bed with all these things. It's supposed to be one body, man.
That's
We're
right.
supposed to have one body, not 35 bodies.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That one body is I.S.U.P.K, man, the original school that stayed here, that was here ever since 1969, and is still here, man, because of brotherhood, man. Shout out to Commanding General Yahanna for not dropping his sword, man, for being to the brothers that left the school, man.
Right.
Understand what I'm saying? We got to come back, man. We got to come back home where we belong. And with that, I'm Partner Zachariah, Officer 50 for the I.S.U.P.K, started out on 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. And this is my time. Make sure you pay your tithes, man. And I'm going to pass the class over to Precinct Officer Abad.
Give praise and honor to the Most
High in Christ. Most High in Christ. The water.
Israelite School, we respect to knowledge, security announcements. We have Israelite School, we respect to knowledge, one West Central District of New York group for new brother and sister. When new brother and sister come to the school, they are often for 6 months. They're exclusive only. They're intercepted to the work and the interpretation of the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months of their brother or sister interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to their brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. As this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to write tithes, which is a commandment from the Numbers 18:21, with God said by I.S.U.P.K, who said that he grew 10% of every penny increases of gifts you give to the teacher. Priest one, we will offer for priest nomination, which are among you would like. Upcoming holy convocation is the feast of dedication, Hanukkah, found on the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days.
Right.
It starts Thursday, December 7th, 2023, for 8 days. Found in the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. The right occupant, I qualify to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, and on sparkle. That I might, we can stand. Amen. But this one will get one church to look. Imagine the bottom. Imagine. Bro. Yahweh by Shir, Yahweh Shah, Brakadam. At the top, he said, down, star, church, and sisters. Your mind is wide. Head body, when your feet connected, foot back to the angle, and your right hand claps on your left as such. When we salute you, you salute us back. But Israel, we'll give the sister one girl salute, but Israel, Imagine Shabbat.